Have you ever wanted to make professional-looking videos, but then you saw the price tag on the software and just stopped? Well, you are in the right place. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on DaVinci Resolve. This is a powerhouse tool that Hollywood pros use, and somehow it is completely free. We're going to cover the absolute must-knows to get you from a messy folder of clips to a polished video you can't wait to share. Let's get into it. Now, just so you know, what you're about to see is really just a taste, kind of the highlight reel from an incredible full-length DaVinci Resolve masterclass from DreamSoft Technologies Canada. And yeah, that's also totally free. Think of this as your personal starter kit. By the end, you're going to have the confidence to dive in and start your own projects. So here's our game plan. First, we're going to look at why Resolve is this amazing all-in-one studio. Then, we'll lay the groundwork for your project. After that, the real fun starts, putting your story together. Then we'll take a quick peek at the super powerful tools for effects and color. And finally, we'll wrap up with the last step, getting your creation out into the world. So what's the big deal with DaVinci Resolve? Why is everybody talking about it? Well, to put it simply, it's not just a video editor. It is an entire Hollywood post-production studio crammed into a single app. What that really means is you're getting the power of what used to be multiple, super expensive professional programs all rolled into one. It's like having your video editor, your visual effects software, a world-class color grading suite, and a full-blown audio studio all living happily together in one place. The absolute genius of Resolve is how it guides you. The whole workflow is laid out in these pages. They're just little buttons at the bottom of your screen. And you pretty much just work your way from left to right. You start with media, you move to edit, then color, all the way to deliver. It's this beautiful step-by-step path that makes a really complex process feel, well, easy. All right, let's take that very first step. We are heading into the media page. This is the starting line for every single video project you'll ever make. So before you do anything else, you're supposed to tell Resolve the basics, right? Like resolution and frame rate. But here's a little secret for beginners. You can totally skip that. Just find your main video clip, drag it in first, and Resolve will ask if you want to match the project settings to that clip. All you do is click change and boom, you're good to go. Okay, this is super important to understand on the media page. On one side, you have media storage. Think of that like your computer's file browser. It just shows you everything. But your project doesn't actually know about a file until you drag it into the media pool. The media pool is like your project's pantry. It's where you put all the ingredients you actually plan on using. Okay, our media is imported, our pantry is stocked. Now it's time to actually build our story. And that happens on the edit and cut pages. This is really the heart and soul of DaVinci Resolve. Now, Resolve gives you two places to edit. The cut page is all about speed. It's fantastic for just throwing a rough version together super fast. But for learning the ropes, we're going to focus on the edit page. It's the more traditional, powerful timeline that gives you all the fine-tuned control you'll want to really craft your story perfectly. And you know what? The core of editing is beautifully simple. You just drag a clip to your timeline, you decide where the good part starts, that's your in point, and where it ends, your out point. You slice off the boring stuff, then you just move these perfect little clips around until they tell a story. That's it. That's the main loop of all editing. And this quote just nails it. Seriously, don't let anyone intimidate you about editing. At its heart, 90% of what you're doing is just picking the best parts of your shots and putting them in an order that makes sense. Everything else is just icing on the cake. And once you have that basic story down, the edit page is where you add all that icing. You can layer on extra footage, what we call B-roll, to help tell your story. You can create professional-looking titles, add transitions between clips, but please use those sparingly. And of course, add music and sound effects to really make your video pop. Okay, your story is assembled. Now, let's take a quick tour of the other pages in Resolve that'll take your project to a whole other level. Don't worry, think of this as a fun little peek at the specialist tools you have waiting for you. First up is Fusion. This is, well, it's basically a whole visual effects and motion graphics studio built right inside Resolve. You want to make your titles fly onto the screen in some cool way? Or maybe add some, explosions? Fusion is your playground. Next is the color page, and this is what made Resolve famous. I'm not kidding. Professionals will literally edit their entire project in other software and bring it into Resolve just for these color tools. This is where you fix lighting problems and give your video that rich, cinematic look and feel. And finally, we have Fairlight. This is a full-blown professional audio studio. If you've got a weird buzz in your audio or you want to perfectly mix your voice with some background music so it sounds just right, this is where you make your video sound as good as it looks. So, you've assembled your story, you've polished it with effects, incredible color, and perfect sound. There's only one thing left to do: share it with the world. And for that, we head over to the Deliver page. Exporting can seem kinda technical and scary, but Resolve makes it so simple. Just give your video a name, tell it where to save the file, and then here's the key: just use the built-in presets. Scroll down, pick YouTube or Vimeo, choose your quality, and click Add to Render Queue. Then you just hit Render All, and that's it. Go grab a coffee, your video's being made. And there you have it. You've just walked through an entire professional video workflow, from importing your files to editing to polishing to exporting, all inside one unbelievably powerful and totally free program. You officially have the roadmap. Now look, we've really just scratched the surface today. Your real next step to becoming a confident, killer editor is the full DaVinci Resolve Masterclass from Dreamsoft Technologies Canada. It is completely free and it goes so much deeper into everything we've talked about today and a ton more. The tools are right there at your fingertips. A complete professional-grade studio is sitting on your computer, waiting for you. So really, there's only one question left. What story are you going to tell first? Hey, if you've found this useful and you want more free courses just like this one to help you level up your skills, you should absolutely subscribe to Dreamsoft Technologies Canada. Oh, and one last thing, don't forget to check the description below for a link to their blog. It's an awesome resource for finding new courses, job opportunities, and all sorts of programs to help you grow. All right, go create something amazing. Happy editing.